And everyone's in the picture, right?
Now we're live. All right. Hi, I'm Arlene Bodart with Leukemia Research Foundation, and I want to ask you, or thank you for joining us today to talk about the ABC7 virtual Gibbons 5K run and 3K walk. And we're meeting with Team Andy this year, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their participation. You guys can go ahead and take it away.
I'm Andy's wife, Carol. This is Andy. He's wearing a Superman shirt because he's our Superman. So we started running and walking. Emily and I were the OG walkers and runners. We ran our first 5K in 2014. And Andy still had no hair and he was waiting for us at the finish line. So we started in 2014. Andy was diagnosed in 2013, fall of 2013 with Non-Hodgkins lymphoma. He had Burkitt's, the Burkitt strand of lymphoma. And we got involved with LRF because of Dr. Veena Gopal over at Rush Hospital, who is our hero.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
And he literally saved Andy's life because he was really, really, really in bad shape. And Dr. Veena knew exactly what he had and what to do. And we are eternally grateful because had it been 20 years or 30 years earlier, it would have been over for our family. We are eternally grateful to all the research and funding that's gone into all the things, all the treatments, because they knew what to do for Andy. And it was a long, hard 8 months. It was October through May, 8 rounds of chemo.
Right.
And a couple little illnesses in between there with chemo as it weakened your system.
Right.
But he's here today, all these years later.
Yeah, it is amazing. It was a hard battle, and there was a lot of time in the hospital, a lot of recovery, and thanks to the staff, and like Carol said, to the research that had been done prior to me getting my cancer, that they had known how to treat me. So that was the best thing. So in May 4th of 2014, I finished up my final chemo treatment, and then like Carol said, we participated in the Gibbons 5K. Thank you.
So May 4th this week will be 7 years in remission.
Right. Correct.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about who's going to be running with you or walking this year and how you're going to do it.
So when we started, like I showed you, we just had us two, and as I have pictures from every year, but the last time we were able to all get together at the lakefront was 2019, and we had our biggest team ever. And it was just awesome. So with us here today are our daughter Emily, our son Joe, Emily's husband Alex, and our best friends Judy and Bill Habel. They've been with us since the beginning, and Barb and Paul Duffy also with us many, many, many years. So we've been friends for such a long time, and they were just the best of the team to bring over today because they've been the long haulers with us from day one when Andy was diagnosed, every year since.
That's great. And now, how are you planning on participating this year?
Do you want to say?
It's similar to last year. We will basically take it'll be this group here as well as others. Our other friends, they participate too, and they will be doing 5K or 3K walk, and basically a 5K in their own area. So we will be doing a walk into a forest preserve at a sometime in June probably.
We live not too far from a great path, and Bill, raise your hand, Bill.
I'm here.
Bill clocks out the kilometers for us, and we know exactly
Nice.
our walk.
Yes, it's very helpful.
And then we do like pizza and pierogies in their backyard. It's like a tradition. So this was last year socially distanced. We're all kind of posing socially distanced, but so we're going to do that again this year.
Yes. Yeah.
That's great. And what can you tell us about, there might be people out there that, are kind of on the fence, participating virtually, like, not sure if they want to do it. What can you tell them that might push them over the edge and have them sign up for our race?
Well, as much as we miss being down by the lakefront, and it is awesome and so much fun, the cool thing about the virtual is you really can do it anywhere you want to, whenever you want to, however you want to, whether you're doing it on a treadmill or I had friends post last year they were at the Arboretum or they were just in their neighborhood and they would send me pictures on Facebook and tag the Gibbons 5K that they did their 5K. So the convenience of that is good for anyone. So I'm urging even more people to take part. So.
And the important thing is to do it. Mm-hmm. Just get out and do it because it's you're raising money for a good cause and it's very important.
Well, I think so, obviously. And it's, I never knew until you just mentioned it that Dr. Vinu is how you found out about us. He has been such a fabulous, supporter and cheerleader for the Leukemia Research Foundation. He's a wonderful doctor, but he's also just been a great advocate for us. We just absolutely love him. He's participated in a lot of our programs. He's one of the first people we ask and one of the first people to say yes for, the patient programs that we do to help people, that have been diagnosed with blood cancer, navigate treatment. They can ask questions at some of these seminars and, now they're webinars for the last year and a half, but he is just phenomenal. We absolutely adore him. So that's great to know that that's how.
He invited us to a seminar. We went up to a hotel in a northern suburb shortly after Andy. I can't remember which hotel, but there was a panel of doctors all talking about all the different research that was done. And we were in the audience there and then got information about the 5K. And that was the first, I had heard of the Gibbons 5K on Channel 7 before, but that was the first I put it all together and realized that it's for all blood cancers, not just leukemia,
lymphoma.
All lymphomas and everything else. So it was when we decided to join.
Well, thank you. We're so glad you're coming back again this year. Is there anything you'd like to add in terms of, your anything to do with your participation or
you want to say anything, Andy, or about our participation or how much fun it is?
And I noticed everyone, well, except Andy, who's got the superhero shirt on, that makes sense. Everyone is sporting one of our Gibbons Run races. Or their shirts, rather. Yeah. So, and Emily, that has to be your first one, right?
Yeah.
I think that's 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of years represented there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm just going to take a few minutes to go ahead and talk about some of the great sponsors that we have for this run that we want to make sure that we, thank them again for their continued support. Obviously, this is our 27th year doing this run, so we've been doing it for a while. And every single year, ABC7 Chicago has been one of our sponsors. And also, we have Hallmark & Johnson, which is run by Mike Kolodny, and he has been instrumental in starting this race, and every year his continued support is so important. And then we have AbbVie Pharmaceuticals, Bristol Myers Squibb, Insight, Cario Farm, and Pfizer are also joining us this year. So we want to thank them all so much for their support. And of course, thank all of you guys, because this race doesn't happen without participants, and your dedication since 2014 is sincerely appreciated. We really thank you for supporting our cause and moving us further and getting there for the idea of conquering cancers. We really want to conquer blood cancer, and it's through support like yours that we're going to be able to get there. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you,
Thank
Arlene.
you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a nice day. Enjoy the weather.
All right.
You too.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.